So in this video, I want to briefly talk about this pen. It's called the Scrivener Rollerball. And I found out about this pen because it's hugely popular on Amazon, where it has tens of thousands of very highly rated reviews. We're talking like 4.5, 5-star reviews. Obviously, it's not from a popular pen company. Usually talk about pens from Pilot and Uniball and these sorts of companies. And it's from Scrivener, which is not a company I've really ever heard of before. It seemed like an interesting pen to pick up. Cost me about $34, $33, right around there. And it's sold in a few different colors. This is midnight blue. There's also a black and a chrome and a few others. I bought it in the bluest. Frankly, it was the cheapest. The other ones are maybe $1 or $2 more, ranging from like $32 to $35. So what's the deal with the Scrivener Rollerball? It describes itself as a luxury rollerball pen, and it's very gifty. What I mean by that is it's like clearly a nicer than normal pen. It has a gifty type price range of $35. It's fully metal. This appears to be like lacquered. I don't think it's lacquered. I think it's just metal. It's a rollerball, which is kind of fancy. It's capped, again, which is fancy. And then it comes in this sort of packaging, which is very gifty. This is the outside box. It says Scrivener London. There is your kind of materials in it. Designed in England, made in China. Blue rollerball pen by Scrivener. Inside that box, you get this, which is the case, I guess. It's this kind of like faux leather, and you open up Scrivener, kind of like a velvet type inside. The pen goes here. You open this up. I guess it would be like this when you got it. You open it up, and there's some stuff in here, which is this. You have your sort of like a placard or seal of authenticity, whatever this is. Flip it over for a free bonus. A warranty extension, so not super exciting. Also comes with a little pouch here, and this has a extra spring in it, which I'm not really sure why that would come up unless you were to lose it, but okay, extra spring. And then the refill, clearly it's a European style rollerball refill. And then based on the design, made in Germany, 888. We've probably seen this refill many times on this channel. It's branded Scrivener, but this is a Schmidt safety ceramic rollerball 888, more popularly known as a Schmidt 888, which we know to be a very good, very affordable rollerball refill. So off to a good start because it comes with a very solid refill. Okay, so we'll take a look at the pen itself. It's a good sized pen. We'll look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5.5 inches. Compare it to a Uniball I, Pilot V grip. So it's kind of like right in that sort of range of like what you'd expect from a pretty standard pen, like a capped rollerball. It's right in that size. Have a little sort of jewel here with a sort of S, that Scrivener logo right there, and we see that there as well. There's a kind of a zoom in. This is sort of a again, it's metal, blue, metallic, chromed clip. Pretty fancy looking clip, and actually it works quite well. It's a metal, solid, has a nice spring to it. Here on that band there, it says Scrivener. Well done, really nice, clean logo. Kind of pattern follows through here to the body, and then there's that little cap piece right there. Pretty cool. So it's like kind of standard for like a gifty type rollerball, maybe something you would get for graduation or maybe get at a kind of a booth of a trade show. It's probably a little bit nice for that, but definitely that sort of vibe to it. It has a nice weight to it, talking like maybe like 20, 25 grams right around there. It's definitely has some weight to it. It's a pretty quiet cap, but it's held in place quite well. Pulls off nicely, goes on really nicely. So good work there. They definitely there's a quality to this pen. It's not just, they don't just call it a luxury pen. It actually has some kind of luxury features to it, like that nice click into place. Looking at here, see a short grip section and fully metal front piece, all good there. You see that Schmidt refill kind of poking out there. You can take everything apart, screws apart, see all metal hardware. This front end has definitely sort of a Mont Blanc type look and feel to it. Typically those would be like black and gold, but anyway, it has that sort of vibe to it. Usually you'd see a smooth step down from this cone piece to the front end. Here it goes, is not smooth. Clearly, there's a step down from this into a sort of a column type piece. So, or a cylinder type piece, I guess. Slightly different design there. Probably looks a little bit awkward, but it definitely differentiates itself from kind of the standard high-end rollerballs. Same refill inside. It's the Schmidt Safety Ceramic 888. That Schmidt 888. It ships in black. And then that spring is in the back. So if you were to push it here, you see there's that spring in the back. So no spring in the front. That's nice and clear. And the spring is in the back. I guess maybe sometimes it falls out. This one's in there pretty well, which is good to see. Everything screws down nice and tight. I haven't had any problems with this loosening up. Do a quick writing test. Again, that Schmidt 888 is a very good refill. And I've never had any problems with that one. They don't last super long, but they're easy to find on Amazon and other places like that. And they're very smooth, and they have no problem keeping up. It's a nice rollerball refill, very reliable, and definitely a fun writer. I like that 888. I find the pen itself to be, I would say, reasonably comfortable. The grip section is small. It's quite short over here, so I tend to grab this right here, this middle area. I find myself holding that a lot, which I know a lot of people find to be rather annoying. You know, clearly you should be holding it here. If you hold it too far forward, if you're kind of a forward gripper, then you have this little ridge here, but that hasn't been a problem with me. I definitely been holding it further back than I would prefer, but it's not a problem. It's just kind of like you're holding this kind of, it's not sharp, but this like a little bit uncomfortable ridge here as opposed to the grip section. So I think the pen has, a little bit of a fit issue, but on the whole, I would say it's, it's reasonably comfortable. You can post it. I don't like it posted. It ends up being very top heavy and just not to my liking, but it's not terrible posted. I know some people will probably prefer that. Clearly it looks very classy, but not my style. Unposted, it's, maybe a little bit small, and it's thinner than you'd expect on that front end, especially once it's tapered. So I know some people will have some issues with that, but on the whole, it's nice enough. I'm not like blown away, but for what it is, it's pretty cool. Talk more about that Schmidt 888, but honestly, there's a bunch of videos already posted on this channel about it. I guess we can compare it to some other refills out there. Just was I have these pens handy. Here's a Sharpie S Gel. Sharpie S Gel is thinner, a little bit scratchier than that medium 888. Then here we have a Uniball I in a broad. So now you're getting into some serious ink being put down. This is a good deal broader, a good deal wetter. So this is in definitely a different league. This would be the Schmidt 888 in the broad. Another really truly wet writer, the Pilot V-Ball Grip. This is the bold, so it's the kind of the V10 equivalent. It's that 1.0 millimeter. So again, if you're looking for a really thick, broad rollerball, then you're going to want one of these wider ones. But the Schmidt 888 in the medium is a very good everyday rollerball refill. Okay, so what's the deal with the Scrivener? Again, it's, for my taste, it's a little bit bland. It's kind of like a little bit generic. Doesn't come from a brand that I know anything about, which doesn't really matter for the purposes of this video. On the whole, it's a solid pen. It has a nice weight to it. It seems like a fancy pen. I would say, particularly if you're not really into pens and you got this pen, you'd be like, yeah, that's a nice pen. That's nicer than the pen I use most days, which would be true most of the time. Is it my favorite rollerball pen body for the Schmidt 888? Certainly not. There's many options out there that you could put your 888 in. So if that is what you want, then it wouldn't be the way I would go. But this is a easily accessible way, because it's highly rated on Amazon, which means you can send it to someone free shipping with free returns if they don't like it. So I think from that perspective, it's a nice option for gifting and graduations and that sort of thing. For my purposes, I find it to be a little bit boring, a little bit bland, and I don't like the sort of old school looks to it. Kind of looks like, again, a pen you might get at a trade show, which for me is not really what I'm going for, but it's a proficient rollerball. I can't really complain about how it works and how the clip is and how the cap snaps into place. All that stuff is totally solid. It's not my favorite fit or feel, but the actual outside of the body is totally fine and very adequate. I don't know if it justifies the 25,000 plus positive reviews on Amazon. I feel like there's many great rollerballs out there that don't get nearly that level of attention, but it seems like it's a well-marketed and, on the expensive side, I would say. It's more like a $15 or $25 pen for me, not a $35 pen, but it seems like they've done a very good job promoting it. So that's the Scrivener Rollerball, and that's why it has so many reviews on Amazon, I guess. Thanks for watching.